Hello and welcome back to historic Moeller Field on this beautiful Thursday night for another matchup between the Grand Island Fightin Cranes and your Fremont Moo. Last night, Fremont took a 6-2 victory over Grand Island off the back of a great start from the offense. The Moo sped off to an early 5-0 lead in the first and extended it to 6th in the third. After that, Fremont relied on its pitching. The Moo's starter, Wyatt Henry, was the player of the game, throwing 7 innings and only allowing 1 earned run, with 5 hits and a whopping 7 strikeouts. In relief was Darren Safransky in his Fremont debut, where he pitched in 2 innings and only gave up 1 run with 3 Ks himself. The Moo now sit at 5th in the standings in the Diamond Baseball League at 10-14. The Fightin Cranes hold on to 2nd place at 15-9. That can change tonight, though, in another big matchup between these two familiar foes. Alongside Prescott Deckinger, I'm Baylor Dajan, and we welcome you into the 10th contest between the Moo and the Cranes. Prescott, Fremont trails the season series 3-6, but have won 3 of the last 4. What has contributed to this recent success?
I think one of the main things for them is limiting their free base passes. Yesterday night, they did a really good job of not allowing a lot of walks or hit by pitches, which is what allowed the Cranes to get on board, get some traffic on the base path, and hit some of those grand slams on Sunday night. So I think one thing they've been doing really well is limiting the walks and forcing Grand Island to put the ball in play.
Yeah, they did so very, very well last night. As I said, Wyatt Henry was excellent in his start, and Wyatt Throckmorton is Fremont's starter today. He's seen Grand Island 2 times already this season. In those, he's pitched in 11 innings, only given up 2 earned runs with 13 strikeouts, only allowed 7 hits and 6 walks. Leading off for Grand Island, we have Sam Dinkelman, who's at 3rd base today. Broxton Barrientos bats 2nd with Anderson Sherm batting 3rd. Batting 4th in the cleanup spot is Rylan Evans. Sebastian Davila in his 2nd game with the Fightin Cranes is batting 5th. Then after that is Aiden Marshall batting 6th with Wyatt McLeod. 7th, Dylan Etherton's batting 8th. And finally we have Ty Harmson in the 9th spot. Throckmorton's first batter faced today is Sam Dinkelman, the 3rd baseman. After first pitch, ball, the 2nd pitch is also a ball. It's a 2-0 count. 2nd pitch is upstairs for Dinkelman. Catching for Throckmorton today is Evan Androvet in his Moo debut as Throckmorton deals the 2-0. This one does catch the zone on the outside edge. At first base today is Jacob Kushne. Matthew Marceau's at 2nd with Ripken Fleck in at short. Eamon O'Gorman's at 3rd with Braden Mitchell in left field. Malatesta's in center field. And rounding out the lineup in right field is Carter McPeak. First time on the field today from him after he DH'd last night in his Moo debut. Next pitch from Throckmorton is upstairs in for a ball. It's now 3-1 for the leadoff man, Dinkelman. Dinkelman comes into the day with a .217 batting average and 60 ABs. The 3-1 is outside, and he'll take his base in his first at-bat of the day.
That's much better patience from this Grand Island team. Like we said yesterday night, they didn't have a ton of walks, but you don't want to put a lot of runners aboard, especially with these next 2 batters up.
Yeah, and Wyatt Throckmorton, as I said, only has 6 walks against Grand Island all year, now make it 7. He's a 1-1 record against the squads. Last time he was on the bump was actually against Grand Island on June 25th. He pitched in 6 innings, gave up 2 earned runs with 6 strikeouts, gave up 4 hits, 3 base on balls, but also 2 home runs as Broxton Barrientos, the next batter for Grand Island, takes a strike. 0-1 count now for him, and he went 1 for 3 last night with one of few walks for Grand Island, one of just 2. And Barrientos hits one sky high into left field. Mitchell glides under it and makes the snag. Throws it into the infield. That's the first out here in this ball game.
A lot of the outfielders and infielders on the left side are going to get a lot of action when Barrientos comes up to the plate. He gets ahead of that ball, and he's looking for middle and inside.
Yeah, and he's hit quite a few balls over the Moeller Monster in left field. 3 to be exact. Just in the 3 consecutive matchups the Fightin Cranes have played against Fremont, as Throckmorton picks off over to Dinkelman at first base. Now stepping into the box is Anderson Sherm. He's hitting .361 with 30 hits on the season, as Dinkelman will steal and slide in safely. The throw from Androvet was quick, but not quick enough. So now Dinkelman moves over to 2nd with Sherm at the plate. A 1-0 count after the first pitch misses. Sherm, as I said, is hitting .361 on the season with 30 hits. went 1 for 4 last game as he watches a second pitch ball. It's now 2-0. So Dinkelman's on second with Sherm batting third today. In a 2-0 count, Throckmorton deals. It's hit hard on the ground down the third base line, but foul. It's now 2-1. Sherm's been one of the top bats in this DBL, third in the league in hits, just behind Ripken Fleck, the shortstop for Fremont, and Sawyer Slade, the teammate of Sherm, fellow catcher who hit 3 home runs just a few games ago against Fremont, and Sherm hits one high into left field this time. Mitchell, though, is on it and snags in on a diving catch. Dinkelman will scoot back to second. Now there's 2 away.
It's a nice grab out there in left field, especially considering that warning track has not dried off yet. So if any balls get out there in the dirt, it might be hard to throw it back in if there's a lot of mud on it.
Yeah, and Mitchell dove out of the warning track and made that catch outside of it. Got it safe. Now Rylan Evans is up to the plate. First pitch he sees from Throckmorton is a breaking ball that just misses up and away. And Evans went 2 for 5 last night. 1 run scored and 2 strikeouts as Dinkelman takes a big lead at second base, and Throckmorton will pitch one. That Evans will hit foul down the first base line and out of play. It's now a 1-1 count with 2 outs here. Evans so far this season is hitting .225 in 40 at-bats. The 1-1 is popped shortly into the infield. Kouchner, the first baseman, is on it and collects it for the 3rd out of this inning. It's still 0-0 after the top of the first.
After giving up a walk, that's a great 1-2-3. Even though some of those Grand Island batters made good contact with it, it was right to the Fremont defense, and Throckmorton has to feel good after that first outing.
And so after the first inning, it's still 0-0. But before we head now down to the bottom of the first, with a few words from our sponsors. The first of those is Methodist Fremont Health. When it comes to caring for the Fremont community, Methodist Fremont Health is here 24/7 with trusted doctors, nurses, and healthcare services for patients and families across Dodge County. Compassionate care close to home. Next up, we have Subway, home of the legendary footlong, stacked with all your favorite toppings and made fresh right in front of you. Next time hunger steps up to the plate, head to Subway, located at 549 East 23rd Street, and knock it out of the park. Subway, eat fresh. Lastly, we have Raising Cane's. Tonight's game is brought to you by Raising Cane's, serving hot chicken fingers, fresh Texas toast, and quality meals made fresh every day. Stop by their Fremont location on East 23rd Street and grab a meal after the game. And so after the top of the first, where Wyatt Throckmorton buzzed through these Grand Island batters, we'll see Bo Tuhig pitching for the Fightin Cranes. Catching for him today is Anderson Sherm with Aiden Marshall at first. At second is Wyatt McLeod. Rylan Evans is at shortstop. Dinkelman is at third with Dylan Etherton in left, Broxton Barrientos in right, and Ty Harmson in center field. Leading off for the Moo is Ripken Fleck. Batting after him is Giovanni Malatesta with Carter McPeak already batting third in just his second game as a member of the Moo. Jacob Kouchner is batting fourth. Eamon O'Gorman's batting fifth with Matthew Marceau at sixth. Evan Androvet is batting seventh with Braden Mitchell at eighth, and Dominic Palma DHing today in the 9 spot. So Tuhig so far this season has made 4 appearances, and in that he's pitched 19 and 1/3 innings, has a 1-1 record, a 5.12 ERA, 14 strikeouts, and a 1.66 WHIP. Seen Fremont twice already this season in those matchups. He's pitched in 10 and 1/3 innings, 8 earned runs, 10 strikeouts, only giving up 13 hits and 5 walks. Has a 1-0 record against this squad. Gave up 7 earned runs in just the second time he faced off against Fremont on June 13th. He faces off with the leadoff man Ripken Fleck, who comes into the day with a league lead 34 hits. First pitch he sees is a breaking ball on the outside edge of the zone, a slider that runs away. It's 0-1. And Fleck went 1 for 4 last night with a run scored and a walk. The 0-1, he hits just in between that 5-6 hole in for a single. Leadoff man gets on base just after 2 pitches. And now we'll go to Giovanni Malatesta.
He's always prepped and ready early in the counts to put one in the field of play, and that's a nice line drive right past the diving third baseman's glove.
Yeah, great work by Fleck. Came into the day getting on base at over a 43% clip. Giovanni Malatesta has over a 53% clip, and he bats second after Fleck. First pitch he sees, he hits into the left center gap. It takes a drop, and that's another blooped single. Fremont has 2 hits and 2 ABs.
Dylan Etherton, I don't think saw it until the last moment it dropped in front of him. That sun is glaring right out there in left field. It's going to be tough, not only for Grand Island, but also for the Moo on some of those fly balls.
And that one dropped just right in between that little triangle between left field, center field, and the shortstop. Perfect location on that hit from Malatesta. Now there's already a runner on first and second for Carter McPeak in his second game as a member of the Moo. In a spot to do some damage early. Tuhig looks back and deals, and McPeak takes the first pitch he sees. It's a strike on the upper edge of the zone. 0-1 now. And McPeak went 1 for 3 last night, brought in a runner with an RBI, and had 2 walks in his first 2 at-bats. Only saw 1 strike in those first 2 at-bats as his 0-1 will be chopped into that 5-6 hole again. That's another one. That'll bring Ripken Fleck in over from third, and he slides in safely. McPeak hits an RBI single, and Fremont is up 1-0.
McPeak has got to be ecstatic every time he's came up to the plate. Yesterday night, he came up to the plate twice with the bases loaded. This time, he gets on with a runner in scoring position and gets him home.
And Fremont is not hesitating at all. Last night we saw quite a bit of a disciplined approach. They were taking a lot of walks, but today they're not even waiting for it. They're just putting balls into play. 3 balls hit towards the left side. A lot of pulls hit by these right-handed batters as Jacob Kouchner now steps up to the plate in the cleanup spot for the first time today. McPeak's at first with Malatesta at second. The 0-0 is hit foul outside of play down the first base line and high above the netting. It's an 0-1 count.
Kouchner looked really good in batting practice today. He sent a couple over that left field wall. He's going to wait for that pitch that he loves and try to send it over.
And Kouchner is the perfect batter to play at Moeller Field. Has already hit multiple balls over that left field wall, and he hits one right to the shortstop, Rylan Evans, though. Lined out there. First out here for Fremont. They're from Kouchner.
Third baseman, number 2, Eamon.
So now that brings up Eamon O'Gorman. He's been very, very solid in the last few games coming into the day with 89 at-bats and a 247 batting average. Has 4 straight multi-hit games in 5 of his last 6. Went 2 for 4 last night and 2 RBIs hit in that. Now has Malatesta at second and McPeak at first as he singles one into shallow right field. It's misfielded by Barrientos in right field, and Malatesta will come around for another Moo run, and McPeak will make his way over to third.
They are extremely aggressive. Most of these hits have come in the first 1 or 2 pitches from Tuhig. And that air out there in right field could turn out to be crucial because now all Fremont has to do is try to hit one in the infield. They've just got a runner 90 feet away.
So runners on the corners now for the second baseman, Matthew Marceau. Went 1 for 3 last night with 2 runs scored, an RBI, a walk, and a strikeout. First pitch he sees from Tuhig. He swings and misses at. It's a high fastball. Now an 0-1 count. McPeak's at third with O'Gorman at first. And Marceau from Marshalltown Community College has already gotten a lot of run in his young Fremont career. Only been a part of 10 or so games as Tuhig will pick off over to O'Gorman at first base. O'Gorman slides back safely. It's still an 0-1 count. And Marceau, since joining the Moo, has 6 hits and 9 runs scored, and 7 RBIs also hit as he'll watch an outside pitch that'll miss. It's 1-1. Marceau is getting on base exactly 50% of the time with a 261 batting average. Go along with that. 8 walks, and also has been hit by 3 pitches as he fouls one down the third baseline. It takes 2 hops and goes foul. McPeak will go back to third as O'Gorman will walk back to first. Runner still on the corners and a 1-2 count. Only one out here in the bottom of the first. Fremont's up 2-0. Bo Tuhig will pick off. O'Gorman's ready for it though. Slides back in safely, and O'Gorman was picked off one time last night. Got caught in a little bit of a rundown and was eventually tagged out late in that one. 1-2 count now for Marceau. It's fouled off. O'Gorman tried to steal, but will have to make his way back. Was moving very quickly on that steal. Ended up not even mattering though. Wanting to avoid an inning-ending double play. It's a hit-and-run call. Now still a 1-2, one out. Marceau will swing and chop one down the third base line. It's hit over to the third baseman, Dinkelman, who will throw Marceau out at first base, but he'll advance O'Gorman. Now there's 2 away.
Did move over the base runner to second, and McPeak was smart. If he would have tried to go home, it would have been an easy throw from Dinkelman, and it probably would have been in time too.
That ball was hit just barely inside of that
Now to bat,
foul line.
number 31,
Now there's 2 runners in scoring position for Evan Androvet. Debut for the Moo in first at bat. Looking to bring some runners in. 2 outs, 2 on, both in scoring position with O'Gorman at second and McPeak at third. First pitch to Androvet is a strike. He watches it into the glove of Anderson Sherm. It's 0-1. Androvet is heading into has finished 2 seasons at Patrick and Henry Community College, is now heading over to Delaware State. As the 0-1, he'll swing and hit high into right field. Barrientos glides under it and catches him out. So Fremont would score 2 early. Get off to an early 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first.
You've got to be happy if you're the offense as well. 3 consecutive hits to start off the game, 4 total, and you already have an early lead just like you did yesterday night.
Always essential to get off to an early lead against a difficult team like the Grand Island Fightin' Cranes. We'll see what their response is after Fremont goes off to that early 2-0 lead after a few words from our sponsors. The first of those is the Fremont Family YMCA. Looking to stay active this summer? Visit the Fremont Family YMCA on North Lincoln Avenue, offering fitness, youth programs, swimming, and more for the whole family. Next up, we have Visit Fremont in Dodge County. Planning your next Fremont adventure? Visit Fremont in Dodge County has everything from local events and dining to outdoor fun and family attractions in the heart of Nebraska. Finally, we have Buffalo Wild Wings. Catch every big play at Buffalo Wild Wings in Fremont, serving up wings, burgers, cold drinks, and nonstop sports action all week long. Stop by on East 23rd Street and make game day your favorite day of the week. So now we're back for the top of the second. 2-0 ball game after Bo Tuhig and the Fightin' Cranes give up 2 runs to the Moo. Throckmorton only had to face 4 batters, got out 3 consecutively after allowing Dinkelman on base with the base on balls. Now he'll face off against Sebastian Davila. Made his Fightin' Cranes debut last night. Went 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts. So still looking for his first DBL hit. And Throckmorton is not an easy pitcher to get that against.
He's been excellent in his past 2 games. In his past 2 games that he's pitched, he's gone a long time, 12 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, and 10 strikeouts in his past 2 starts. And it's looking like he's got another good one going here.
Yeah, he's somebody that Coach Jonathan Thornhill can rely on.
Designated hitter, number 17.
JT and the Moo are hoping to ride him far into this one, as Sebastian Davila, as I said, now steps to the plate in the DH spot today. He'll take the first pitch. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a strike. It's an 0-1 count. Davila from Vega Alta, Puerto Rico, will swing and miss at a second pitch breaking ball. So now it's 0-2. Davila comes from the University of Maryland Eastern Shore and will watch another pitch in. This one will fall downstairs. Now it's 1-2. Throckmorton sets and Davila will take. It's a pitch that'll miss upstairs. Now it's 2-2. And Davila at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore has not gotten much playing time yet, as he'll take another pitch. checks his swing, and the first base umpire rules that he was safe. So now it's a full count here. Throckmorton looking to avoid his second walk of the day. Here's the payoff. And Davila takes it and is rung up. He thought it was inside and started running towards first base. Instead, that ball catches the inside edge of the zone and in for a strike. That's Throckmorton's first K of the day.
It's a good pitch location as well. Throckmorton was trying to hit that outside half and then went inside for strike number 3.
Now stepping into the box is Aiden Marshall after that Davila strikeout. First pitch he sees is a ball up and away. Marshall in the last game went 1 for 2 with an RBI and a walk. 178 batting average through 45 ABs on the season. Next pitch he sees will miss downstairs. It's now 2-0. And Marshall stands in the box at 6 foot, 180 pounds. 18 hits so far this season, or 8 hits so far this season, I mean. Throckmorton deals. It's a strike on the inside edge, similar to where he rang up Davila last at bat. It's now 2-1. Marshall's at first base today with Throckmorton in a righty on lefty matchup. Marshall hits one high into shallow right field. Under it is the second baseman, Matthew Marceau. Catches that one for out number 2 here in the top of the second.
Aside from the one walk, Throckmorton has given his defense a lot of easy opportunities to go make a play.
And Throckmorton, so far this season, has a 6.41 ERA, but has been better in a lot of recent games. As he deals here against Wyatt McLeod, the first pitch misses. It's now 1-0. And McLeod did some pitching of his own last night. Only needed to collect one out. Did that in his first batter face with the bases loaded, and he'll hit one into shallow right field. It takes a drop in front of Carter McPeak, the right fielder, right in between where McPeak and Marceau were, and he'll get on with a single. First hit of the day for the Fightin' Cranes.
Those are always the toughest to get, kind of that in-between between your infielder and outfielder. Those bloops are extremely hard to put in your mitt.
So Throckmorton has now allowed his first hit of the day to Wyatt McLeod, and now has Dylan Etherton, the left fielder, in the box. The first pitch will miss upstairs. It's 1-0. And Throckmorton comes from Southwestern Iowa Community College, but now is committed to St. Cloud State with his teammate Braden Mitchell, who's out in left field today. Next pitch will miss also up and away. It's now 2-0. And Throckmorton has gotten a lot of PT for the Moo, both offensive and defensively. Second leading pitcher, and also has 83 plate appearances. As he'll deal the 2-0. That one is a strike that Etherton will foul off down the first base line. It's now 2-1, and at Southwestern Community College, Throckmorton pitched in 56 innings there. Had a 2-6 win-loss, 6.11 ERA with 35 strikeouts. Gave up 65 hits as he deals. Will be a stolen base attempt from McLeod, but that ball from Etherton is fouled off into the Grand Island dugout. Kushne tried to make a catch on it over the wall, but couldn't. Counts now 2-2. And Dylan Etherton just barely escaped an out there. It bounced out of Kushne's glove. Tough play over the fence in the dugout. 2-2 count, and Etherton went 0 for 4 last night with 2 strikeouts. Throckmorton can add another one to that tally here. Instead, he'll miss on a fastball inside. It's now a full count. McLeod sits at first base with 2 outs. Here's the payoff. And Etherton hits that one lined right outside of the glove of the third baseman, Eamon O'Gorman, down the third base line. That's a stand-up double that advances McLeod over to third. So after 2 early outs here from Wyatt Throckmorton on a strikeout and a flyout, back-to-back hits have runners on second and third for Ty Harmson now stepping up to the plate. Harmson stands in the left-handed batter's box, a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Throckmorton sets and deals. It's a breaking ball that drops. It's a good pitch that's falls into the zone. It's an 0-1 count. So McLeod's at third, and Etherton's at second as Harmson watches another strike. So now 0-2, 2 outs. 2 runners on, a 2-run lead for Fremont. Throckmorton sets and deals, and that's a swing and a foul. Thought that was a strikeout. Instead, Harmson will stay alive. Count remains 0-2. Here Throckmorton delivers the 0-2, and that pitch is just outside. Now a 1-2 count. Harmson went 0-for-3 with 2 strikeouts in last night's matchup, looking to avoid that fate here as Throckmorton sets and deals. It's a high fastball that Harmson swings and misses at. So after some trouble there, Fremont escapes without plating a runner.
That's where Andervitt was setting up as well. Those past 2 pitches he wanted on the outside corner, and he wanted him to be fastballs too. He knew that Harmson wouldn't be able to catch up with him.
So after Fremont nearly getting themselves into some trouble, they escape, hold on to that 2-run lead. Now we have a few more words from our sponsor before we head down to the bottom of the second. The first sponsor is Injure Mowing and Tree Care LLC. Need your lawn looking game ready? Injure Mowing and Tree Care LLC provides landscaping, tree care, and snow removal services across Fremont and the surrounding area. Give them a call at 402-720-5944 and let the pros handle the hard work. Next up, we have S2 Roll-Offs and Refuse. Tonight's game is brought to you by S2 Roll-Offs and Refuse, Fremont's local choice for trash, recycling, and dumpster services. From home cleanups to construction projects, S2 Roll-Offs help keep our community clean. Next up, we have Tommy's Express Car Wash. Need a quick clean before first pitch? Tommy's Express Car Wash in Fremont keeps your ride shining with fast, high-quality washes and free vacuums to finish the job. So after 2 innings of work from the Fremont defense, they hold on to a 2-run lead after escaping that last inning thanks to 2 strikeouts from Wyatt Throckmorton. One that you got Ty Harmson, the 9-man, and center fielder swinging at. Now brings up Braden Mitchell, the left fielder today, who's batting 8th for Fremont. Also committed to St. Cloud State with Wyatt Throckmorton. As I mentioned earlier, the first pitch he sees from Two Higgs, he grounds softly over to third. Dinkelman throws, and he throws him out. Early out here from Braden Mitchell on a soft grounder over to third.
Two Higgs has been efficient. His 16 pitches, 15 of them have been strikes, so he's putting it in the zone. But Fremont is just able to put it in play, and that first inning showed with 4 hits.
Yeah, they've already been through 8 batters now. They've gone pretty quickly, swinging at just about every pitch as Two Higgs deals now to the DH Dominic Palma. The first pitch is a breaking ball that runs away from Palma in the right-handed batter's box, and it catches the zone. It's an 0-1 count. Good location on that bottom outside corner. Two Higgs deals another. It's a fastball that Palma grounds over the third base bag. Just kidding, that one was just foul. I thought that one stayed fair. Instead, it's now an 0-2 count after that foul ball.
I had the same thought. I thought that one was right over the bag, but the home plate umpire disagrees.
So now it's 0-2. Palma would have almost certainly, well, he would have been on base. I'm not quite sure if he could have gotten a second. Dinkelman was quickly over there as Two Higgs now will deliver the 0-2. It's a breaking ball that breaks away and outside. It hops into the dirt. It's now a 1-2 count. Palma heading into his senior season after this season was cut short or cut completely after he broke his wrist before the season started. He said it was just about a week before the season started. He broke his left wrist. Unfortunate. Now we'll head back to Missouri Baptist for his next season as it's now a 2-2 count and make it 2-3. Palma swung at a low breaking ball that dropped. Sherm makes sure to apply the tag on that drop third strike. That's Two Higgs' first strikeout of the day. And it brings up the shortstop Ripken flag.
That's a tough pitch to always make contact with, one that's trailing away from you. That time Palma wasn't able to get contact.
Tuhig has had a lot of movement on his breaking balls so far. Righty on righty matchup here for Fleck, and Fleck hits one down the third base line, but just foul. Well hit ball that's mere feet away from that third base line. We'll have to step back up to the plate.
Shows you just how good his hands are. That pitch was far inside, and he was still almost able to turn on it and make it 2.
And Fleck singled in his first at-bat after just seeing 2 pitches. Leads the league with now 35 hits, 2 ahead of Grand Island Sawyer's Slade. 0-1. It's a breaking ball that misses outside on that outside edge. It's now a 1-1 count with 2 outs. Fleck came into today batting .347 with 15 RBIs. The 1-1 is upstairs. Now 2-1. Fleck has strung together a lot of solid performances. We saw earlier in the season he had a little bit of a slump, a few hitless games in a row, but has got it back together. The 2-1 is a breaking ball that drops. Thought that one did catch the zone. Instead, the umpire will rule it misses. It's a called ball outside, or inside. Now a 3-1 count here for Fleck. Tuhig delivers the 3-1, and Fleck swings and misses. Was below that pitch, and now it's a full count. Fleck looking for a new home after his freshman season at Augustana. Stands in the box at 5'10", 175, and swings and grounds one over to Dinkelman at third. It takes 2 hops into his glove, and he glides a throw over to first. It was off the bag, but Marshall makes the tag while Fleck runs in. That's the third out here in the top or bottom of the second.
Fleck's speed definitely forced that throw to be off the base, but Marshall had a heads-up play and was able to just apply the tag before Fleck arrived.
High IQ play there made by Aiden Marshall. Will take us now to the top of the third inning after a few words from our sponsors. The first of those is Keel's Barbershop. If you're in need of a haircut, step up your style with Keel's Barbershop in downtown Fremont, delivering classic cuts, beard trims, and an old-school barbershop service since 1974. Next up, we have the Nebraska Lottery. Feeling lucky tonight? Nebraska Lottery gives Nebraskans a chance to win big while supporting programs across the state. Must be 19 years or older to play. Finally, we have Methodist Fremont Health. From routine checkups to unexpected emergencies, Methodist Fremont Health is proud to serve the people of Fremont and Dodge County. With experienced providers and compassionate care, they are helping keep our community healthy every day. So now we're on to the top of the third inning. Wyatt Throckmorton is back out for the Moo. Through 2 innings of work, he's given up 2 hits with 2 strikeouts. Only 3 Grand Island batters have touched the base path. It's the leadoff man, Dinkelman, who walked and is now up to the plate after these warm-up pitches. Then he allowed Wyatt McLeod to hit a single in the 7th spot and Etherton to hit a double after him. Kept them up at second and third, though, with a strikeout on the 9 spot, Ty Harmson. Looks to go far in this one, as Prescott said earlier, gone pretty far in his last 2 appearances. 12 and 1/3 innings between those. Second leading pitcher on this Fremont squad with 26 and 2/3 heading into the day. We'll now see Dinkelman for the second time. He walked in his first at-bat, and Throckmorton will deliver the 0-0. It's fouled off. Back behind us and over the netting high. Now an 0-1 count. Breaking ball that Dinkelman caught a piece of, just not enough. Lefty on lefty matchup. Throckmorton sets and deals. Swing and a miss on an outside pitch, way outside of reach for Dinkelman. Now an 0-2 count. Dinkelman came in the day with only 17 strikeouts. I guess shouldn't quite say only, as the next pitch from Throckmorton will miss outside. On 1-2 count. Dinkelman getting on base 42% of the time heading into the day with 16 walks and 13 hits. We'll take another pitch. It'll miss. It's now 2-2. 22 runs scored and 4 doubles. No triples or home runs hit, though. As Throckmorton deals the 2-2, it's a breaking ball that Dinkelman is sped up. He swings ahead of, and will be caught swinging.
Throckmorton has had good pitch selection as well. He knows just what to put in the zone that these batters can swing and miss on.
Yeah, that pitch was an elite breaking ball that dropped below Dinkelman. He saw it out of the tunnel as a fastball, swung at it, but missed. First out here in the top of the third. Now it's Broxton Barrientos who flew out to left in his first at-bat. We'll watch a first pitch ball upstairs. 1-0 count here with one away. Barrientos, as I said earlier, went 1 for 3 last night with a walk. As Throckmorton sets and Barrientos hits one into shallow left field. Mitchell is on it. Takes 2 hops into his glove, but Barrientos has his first hit of the day.
This is the part of the order that is most dangerous, usually 1 through 5. And yesterday night they accounted for 5 of the 6 hits. So Throckmorton has to make sure he is pinpoint accurate with these guys.
Yeah, Grand Island is kind of made up of a big 3 between Broxton Barrientos, Anderson Sherm, and Sawyer Slade. Slade is not here for this short 2-game series. Was damaged a little bit late in the last time Fremont saw him, as Throckmorton will pick off over to first. He'll miss. Barrientos will come back safe as Sherm will ground one over to third. O'Gorman flips it to second. Marceau to first. And that's an inning-ending double play.
Great 5-4-3 inning-ending double play. That is just what Throckmorton needed after giving up that single. And you put down Sherm, who's one of the best batters in the DBL.
Great work from Throckmorton and great fielding behind him as we now head down to the bottom of the third. Fremont still holds on to a 2-0 lead. And before we now see what their offense can do, we have a few words from our sponsors. The first of those is Subway. Subway is batting 1,000 when it comes to fresh flavor. Build your perfect sandwich, pile on your favorite toppings, and enjoy a meal made right in front of you. Visit Subway at 549 East 23rd Street and eat fresh. Next up, we have Raising Cane's. Tonight's game is brought to you by Raising Cane's, serving hot chicken fingers, fresh Texas toast, and quality meals made fresh every day. Stop by their Fremont location on East 23rd Street and grab a meal after the game. Finally, we have the Fremont Family YMCA. Just like the Moo are staying active on the field tonight, you can stay active all summer long at the Fremont Family YMCA. Stop by North Lincoln Avenue for fitness, swimming, youth programs, and more for the whole family. So Bo Tuhig comes back out for the Fightin Cranes after giving up quite a few hits in the first inning, 4 to be exact. Came out and got 3 straight batters out from Fremont's side. It was Brady Mitchell who grounded out, then Dominic Palma who struck out swinging, and Ripken Fleck who grounded out then after. Went 1-2-3 after going through 8 batters and allowing 2 runs in the bottom of the first. Now he has a tough leadoff man to face off against here in the bottom of the third. It's Giovanni Malatesta, 1 for 1 on the day with a single. Batting .365 heading into the day with 27 hits, make it 28 now. .534 on base percentage. Has 1 double, 1 triple, and 1 home run. His 1 triple is the only 1 hit by a Fremont batter so far this season. Speedy base runner, and his speed shows out in center field where he's made plenty of plays so far this season. Second time he sees Tuhig, who sets and delivers. The 0-0 is a swing and a miss from Malatesta. Pitch outside and up. Malatesta will miss. Now here's the 0-1. Malatesta will take it. It's a breaking ball that drops into the zone. Now it's an 0-2 count. Not often you find Giovanni Malatesta in these. Only 13 strikeouts of the season as compared to his 27 hits and 16 walks. Also hit by 12 pitches as Tuhig delivers fastball that's spiked outside. Now it's a 1-2 count. Malatesta went 0 for 3 last night, but can do better today as he hits one over into foul territory. The first baseman, Aiden Marshall, is under it, though, and he'll collect it in for the first out here in the bottom of the third.
Seems like Tuhig has also settled in a little bit after that first inning where he got pounded. These batters haven't been as potent in that first inning.
And Bo Tuhig, in his first start of the season, was against Fremont. He went 6 innings, only gave up 6 hits, only 1 earned run with 5 strikeouts. But the second time Fremont saw him, they got 7 hits and hit 7 earned runs off of him. Only 4 1/3 of innings of work. As Carter McPeak now steps up to the plate. 1 for 1 with an RBI single. First pitch he sees falls into the zone for a strike. McPeak, as I said, went 1 for 3 last night with 1 RBI and 2 walks. As the next pitch will miss outside and low. Now a 1-1 count here with one out. McPeak in right field, batting third today. Here's the 1-1, and McPeak grounds it up the middle, back up by the bump, and he's 2 for 2.
He has definitely earned that 3-hole spot that Throckmorton usually has. He was in 7 in his first game, and Thornhill trusts him and moves him up in the order. It shows here so far.
And Jonathan Thornhill had a lot of praise for what he saw in the first day from Carter McPeak. Said he saw him in BP and his hands were very quick, and he thinks he's going to be a very solid bat for Fremont for the rest of the season. On first now with Jacob Kouchner at the dish. 0-0, and Kouchner grounds it over to second, or over to short, I mean. Evans will decide not to go for the double play. His throw is off target to Marshall, and that'll advance McPeak to third and Kouchner to second.
And that's the second error in 2 games from Evans. He hasn't had the best time over there in the 6th spot, not only fielding but also now throwing.
And Rylan Evans has started in the lineup for Grand Island 3 times that Fremont has seen this season. Started in short. The first time they saw him, struggled there, had a couple of errors. Then he went out to right field, was sure back there, came back to short last night and had a couple of errors, and now has one early in this one. So Kouchner's at second, and McPeak is at third with Eamon O'Gorman at the dish. 1 for 1 with an RBI single as well. First pitch he sees is way inside from Tuhig. It misses. It's a 1-1 or 1-0 count. O'Gorman last night went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 2 walks. Comes into the day batting .247, and that number just continues to climb as he hits one into shallow left field. That'll bring McPeak in from third. Advance Kouchner to third. And that's another RBI single from Eamon O'Gorman.
He has been the offensive engine these past couple of games for Fremont. That's another multi-hit night, and his batting average continues to ascend. 5
straight multi-hit games from Eamon O'Gorman. 2 RBIs and 2 singles already in this one. 6 of his last 7 games are all multi-hit games. Before that, had not had a single multi-hit game, but has been very, very solid recently. Now brings up Matthew Marceau to the plate, and O'Gorman will steal, leads the team in steals, and he'll add another one there. The throw from Anderson Sherman on the backstop was off to the left. O'Gorman will slide in safely.
That one would have been on target. They would have had a chance to tag out O'Gorman, but it was off to his right, and he couldn't get back to the second base bag in time.
So now there's runners on second and third for Matthew Marceau. After the first pitch misses outside, it's a 1-0 count with 1 away. Kouchner's at third, O'Gorman's at second, and next pitch will also miss. Excuse me, it's a 1-1 count. First pitch strike, and a second pitch ball misses outside. Here's the 1-1, and it's taken upstairs at about head level of Matthew Marceau, who stands in at 5'8". Just inside of him, and it's now 2-1. O'Gorman now with 9 stolen bases on the season. 100% stolen base percentage still. Marceau will see the 2-1 and swing. Kind of got out of his hands a little bit. He misses that one, and it's now a 2-2 count. Two runners in scoring position for the second baseman Marceau. 2-2 is outside, now a full count. And Fremont started the season on a struggle, but they've been much, much better recently. As I said earlier, started the season 0-5 against Grand Island. Since then are now 3-1. Here's the payoff, and it's outside. Whoa. That pitch is a called strike. Matthew Marceau is rung up looking. It's the second out here in the bottom of the third.
That's tough, especially when it looked like it was off the plate.
Number 31.
And he's frustrated as he heads back toward the dugout as well. He did not like that call.
Yeah, I thought that one was outside, but can't see as well as the umpire back down there. As now Evan Androvet will step up to the plate in a fresh count against Tuhig. The first pitch is a strike. He lined out to the right fielder, Braxton Barrientos, in his last at-bat. But with runners in scoring position, again, he can do some damage. Next pitch will miss outside. So 3-0 ball game here in Fremont. Androvet at the dish and an 0-1 count here against Tuhig. Next pitch he sees, he'll ground over to second, and that ball will get under the glove of Wyatt McLeod. That'll score 2 more runners for Fremont on an E4.
That is back-breaking as well. You thought you could get out of this inning. You had an error earlier that allowed a base runner to get over to third, and now that one allows 2 to score. Tough for Grand Island.
And now Kevin Grant is coming out to visit Bo Tuhig on the mound. And it's kind of unfortunate. I don't even think this is really his fault. Obviously, these Fremont batters are making good contact, but after allowing 4 hits in the bottom of the first, only has allowed 1 since then. That last pitch was very clearly an error by Wyatt McLeod. It went under his glove. He turned in like he was going to throw it, but he didn't have the ball. So Tuhig has had better control after struggling in the bottom of the first.
Left fielder, number
Still,
4.
there's been 3 more runners scored here for Fremont.
Mitchell.
Braden Mitchell now up to the plate after grounding out in his first at-bat of the day. Now has 60 at-bats on the season. First pitch he sees misses outside. He didn't play last night, but has been a very solid fielder in recent weeks. We've seen him in center field and left field and all around. As Tuhig delivers the 1-0, it's in that same location out and away, and also low. 2-0 count. Androvet is at first. With the St. Cloud State commit at the plate, who watches a third pitch strike fall into the zone. Now a 2-1 count. Still 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Fremont's plated 3 runners in this inning alone. It's 5-0 is your score. Fremont leads, and Mitchell takes another ball. Another one that misses out and low. Now a 3-1 count. Hitters count for the right-handed batter out in left field today against the right-handed pitcher Bo Tuhig. Here's the 3-1. Same location, out and away. It misses, and that's ball 4. Disciplined plate approach there from Braden Mitchell. Racks up his 16th walk of the season.
Designated hitter,
And a 380 OBP heading into the day, and that has gone up a little bit after that 5-pitch walk. Dominic Palma now up to the plate. Struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Fresh count here with runners on first and second. He'll swing on the first pitch he sees and hit it into right center field. It does drop. It was lined out there. He'll advance to second. That'll bring 1 run in and drove it. And Mitchell will come in from third. And, excuse me, that's not a double. That's a 3-bagger from Dominic Palma. That brings in 2 more runs.
Things go from bad to worse for the Fightin Cranes, and that has to feel so good for Palma as well. He's hitting in the DH spot, and that is a nice hit. And now he matches Malatesta with a triple as well.
Yeah, as I said earlier in this game, Giovanni Malatesta is the only batter on this Fremont squad to have a triple. Dominic Palma says, not so fast, Baylor. I'm going to add my name to that list. Batting in at 9th today, hit a 2 RBI triple there. Fremont's now up 7-0 on that extremely well hit ball into right center field. I thought there was a chance that Harmson could have got on it. It was just low enough. Cut through the air well. It's now an 0-1 count. That pitch misses or catches the zone on the outside edge for Fleck. Leadoff man is 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. Palma's at third, just 90 feet away from the 8th Fremont run early in this one, as Tuhig's next pitch misses outside. It's now a 1-1 count. Still 2 outs here. Fremont has now plated 4 runners with 2 outs as Fleck fouls one back behind. 1-2 count. So after Matthew Marceau struck out looking in the 6th spot, Evan Androvet came up to the plate and got on with an error that brought in 2 runs. Then Fleck will check his swing and not go all the way. It's now a 2-2 count. After that, Mitchell and O'Gorman and Androvet and Kouchner would all score. 5 runs scored here in the bottom of the 3rd. 7-0 ball game. Tuhig delivers a strike that rings up Ripken. Fleck looking on the bottom of the zone. That's a 3rd out there, but now before Fremont will plate 5 more, it's a 7-0 ball game.
They're still hitting the ball pretty well, and they also got fortunate with a couple errors that extended the innings, but they'll take any runs they can get, especially with the Grand Island side that can get hot in any inning.
Yeah, Grand Island has shown that they cannot be counted out in any game. Scored 15 runs in the last 2 innings earlier just this week against Fremont when they were down by 9, came back, ended up winning by 7. So definitely a lot of excitement still to be had here in this one, but as we now head to the top of the 4th, we have a few words of from our sponsor before we get there. The first of those is visit Fremont Family YMCA. Just like the Moo are staying active on the field tonight, you can stay active all summer long at the Fremont Family YMCA. Stop by North Lincoln Avenue for fitness, swimming, youth programs, and more for the whole family. Next up, we have visit Fremont and Dodge County. There's always something happening in Fremont and Dodge County. Whether you're searching for great food, community events, unique shops, or outdoor recreation, you'll find plenty to explore right here in the heart of Nebraska. Finally, we have Buffalo Wild Wings. Fans, if you're not ready for the night to end after the final out, Buffalo Wild Wings has you covered. Grab a seat, order your favorite wings, and keep the sports action going at their Fremont location on East 23rd Street. And so back out for another inning of work is Wyatt Throckmorton. Fremont now leads by 7, so a lot of cushion for the lefty from Moravia, Iowa. So far has pitched 3 scoreless innings with 3 strikeouts, only 3 hits allowed. And he's watched his offense go to work. Stepping up to the plate now for the Fightin' Cranes is the cleanup man, Rylan Evans, after Anderson Sherm hit into a double play to end the last inning. Evans is 0 for 1 with a fly out. And the first pitch he sees, he swings on. It's hit into shallow center field. The shortstop, Ripken Fleck, will collect the catch, though.
It's what you want if you're Throckmorton. If you want to go deeper than 6 innings, which seems to be his limit so far this year, you want a lot of those one-pitch outs.
And he's done so very well. Learned a little bit from his fellow Wyatt Henry, who did that exact thing last night, went 7 innings. Supposed to be in relief, but he didn't need to. As next pitch to Davila. The DH today is line just foul outside of that third base line. First pitch swing was hit well, just a little bit outside of that line. It's now an 0-1 count. Davila still looking for his first hit in the Diamond Baseball League, is 0 for 6 so far. 0 for 1 today with a backwards K. He'll watch a breaking ball from Throckmorton out and away. Just barely misses that upper corner of the zone. It's a 1-1 count with 1 away. Davila will take another one upstairs. It's now 2-1. So Davila, as I said, has yet to touch the base path even. Here as Throckmorton will set and deliver. That pitch will miss upstairs. Now a 3-1 count. Only 1 out here after Rylan Evans flew out to the shortstop. Next pitch will miss again upstairs, and Davila touches the base path for the first time in his Fightin Cranes career with the base on balls.
It's only Throckmorton's second walk. He's been accurate so far.
And Throckmorton only walked 3 batters in his last appearance against Grand Island on June 25th. Went through 6 innings in that game, as the next pitch will miss outside. 1-0 count. Aiden Marshall is up to the dish. After Throckmorton's first pitch misses to him, it's a 1-0, and next pitch will also miss out and up. Now 2-0. Davila is at first base. Marshall in the dish. He flew out to the second baseman, Matthew Marceau, on a high pop out. Next pitch, he'll watch. It'll miss in and low. Now just 1 pitch away. Should watch this pitch in, up 3-0. And that pitch will miss outside, a breaking ball that did not have enough drop on it. Slider tried to catch the outside edge of the zone. Instead, it'll miss for a ball 4. And Marshall is now at first with Davila at second.
I think this is a great call by Andervet as well to come out to the mound. Your pitcher has just given up 2 walks. 8 of his last 9 pitches have been balls. Compose himself a little bit, come back ready to take on this batter, and one that got their second hit of the night in McLeod.
Yeah, as you said, Wyatt McLeod hit a single in his first at-bat of the day. Batting behind him is Dylan Etherton, who also has a hit. These were the 2 back-to-back batters who looked solid in the second inning for the Fightin Cranes. First pitch to McLeod, catches the inner edge of the zone. It's a 0-1 count. So Throckmorton finds the zone well after a visit from Andervet. Davila's at second and Marshall's at first. Next pitch is a breaking ball that catches the outside corner of the zone in the black. Now an 0-2 count. McLeod, as I said, in his first at-bat, pitched last night. Threw 1 batter, got 1 out. And his 0-2 is hit up the middle, up through that gap into center field. Malatesta has it, and he throws home. Davila tries to come in. Throw from Malatesta is just a little bit short. Andervet gets on it, but away from the bag. First run scores for Grand Island. It's Davila. McLeod comes around his second, and Marshall's on third now.
And put that in a spot that neither Marceau or Fleck could get to it. They're 2 of the speediest infielders on this team. That one just straight up the middle, and now, because of the throw from Malatesta, the base runners will advance, and you got 2 in scoring position.
So Marshall's at third, McLeod's at second, Etherton at the dish, doubled in his first at-bat, will swing and miss at a breaking ball on his first pitch. Now an 0-1 count, only 1 out here. Grand Island cut the lead down from 7 to 6, and Etherton hits one high into left field. It's shallow. The shortstop, Ripken Fleck, is under it. He'll catch it and throw over to O'Gorman at third. Marshall faked like he was going to tag, but then trotted back over to third safely. That's a second out here in the 4th inning.
That's a good job by Throckmorton as well to induce that easy pop-up. Now you just got to face the bottom of the order, get out of this inning without giving up another hit, and still have a good advantage going into the bottom of the 4th.
And so now at the dish is Ty Harmson. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat. And we'll watch the first pitch miss outside. It's a 1-0 count for the lefty. Lefty on lefty matchup, and Throckmorton delivers a breaking ball that will drop into the zone. Now a 1-1 count here with 2 outs. Big spot for a strikeout here. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss from Harmson. Another breaking ball. 1-2 count. Throckmorton looking for his 4th K of the day in his 4th inning of work with 2 runners in scoring position. Here's the 1-2. Harmson will take it. It's a breaking ball that will drop again into the zone, and that's the 3rd out here. Throckmorton escapes after only giving up 1.
That breaking ball has been one of his most comfortable pitches today. Great location. He threw it a lot to Harmsen, and you get him to strike out twice.
So now, after Grand Island cut the lead down with 1 run scored, it's a 7-1 ball game here in Fremont. As we head now down to the bottom of the 4th. After a few words from our sponsors. The first of those is Buffalo Wild Wings. Fans, if you're not ready for the night to end after the final out, Buffalo Wild Wings has you covered. Grab a seat, order your favorite wings, and keep the sports action going at their Fremont location on East 23rd Street. Next up, we have Injure Mowing and Tree Care LLC. Just like a ball field needs a grounds crew to keep it in top shape, your property needs the right team too. Injure Mowing and Tree Care LLC provides lawn care, tree services, and snow removal throughout Fremont and the surrounding area. Give them a call at 402-720-5944. Lastly, we have S2 Roll-Offs and Refuse. Just as a good defense keeps the field clean, S2 Roll-Offs and Refuse helps keep our community clean. From recycling and trash collection to roll-off dumpsters, they're proud to serve Fremont and the surrounding area. So back out again here for Grand Island is Bo Tuhig. 7 runs scored on him. As the Fightin Cranes trail 7-1. First batter here in the bottom of the 4th is Giovanni Malatesta. Flew out to the first baseman in his last at-bat after singling in his first. Went 0 for 3 last night, one of his few hitless games on the season. First pitch from Tuhig here will miss up and away. 1-0 count here for the leadoff man, Giovanni Malatesta, who's out in center field today. His usual spot. Haven't seen him anywhere else, as the 1-0 from Tuhig is hit into right center field. High and under it is Broxton Barrientos, the right fielder. Malatesta tried to replicate what Dominic Palma did, but just a little bit too far below that one. Too much launch angle there.
It was a smooth swing and just missed the barrel. If he would have gotten hold of that one, it's probably going farther than where the right fielder was.
And now that'll bring up Carter McPeak, batting in the 3 spot today in only his second game as a member of the Moo. We'll watch a first pitch breaking ball drop into the zone for a strike. It's an 0-1 count, and McPeak today is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Also has an RBI hit. Tuhig delivers the 0-1, and McPeak swings and fouls it off back behind. It's now an 0-2 count, and there were the quick hands that Coach Jonathan Thornhill was talking about. And Prescott, you even mentioned his quick hands yesterday on the broadcast. Good eye. Maybe we should see you coaching someday.
I don't think so. Not a good idea.
No, I guess not, as McPeak will watch a breaking ball miss upstairs. It's a 1-2 count now. Prescott's comfortable up here in the booth, I assume, as the 1-2 from Tuhig comes in, and that ball will also miss upstairs, a 2-2 count. Maybe you could do some scouting.
Maybe. We'll see.
As McPeak will step back into the box after backing away. Tuhig now sets and throws the 2-2 and misses outside. Now a 3-2 count after Tuhig threw 2 strikes to start the at-bat on a foul ball from McPeak. Now he works his way back. Payoff pitch from Tuhig here hits McPeak. And he's on the base path yet again.
He did a good job. If he would have gone around on that pitch and been hit by it, it would have been strike 3. So good job to hold off, even though that one's going to sting as he heads down to first.
Yeah, he shook his arm out. That one looked like it did a little bit of damage. I'm not sure quite where that caught him. It looked like it was in kind of the elbow area, so not a fun spot at all. But Carter McPeak has now touched the base path in 6 of his 8 plate appearances so far this season for the Moo. Now it brings up Jacob Kouchner. 0 for 2 in the day, lined out in his first at-bat, and then reached on an error in his next. He drops one, hit into shallow right field. Barrientos misfielded another error from him. Will bring Kouchner to second. McPeak will round third. The throw from Barrientos is on time. Can he get it? No. So the tag from Sherm is just short. A very close play, but McPeak will score. Fremont's up to an 8-1 lead.
It's a great piece of opposite field hitting as well, and that ball wasn't even on the outside corner, so Kouchner had to do a lot there to put it into right field. And that's the second time that an outfielder has had trouble fielding it. And McPeak is a speedy base runner now as well. He went from first all the way to home. That throw from Barrientos was on time, but Sherm wasn't able to apply the tag.
So after that score from Fremont, it's 8-1. O'Gorman at the dish. So far today is 2 for 2 with 2 RBI singles and has another runner in scoring position. First pitch he sees, he'll watch a strike on the middle of the zone. O'Gorman, as I said, back-to-back RBI singles. Also stole a bag in his last at-bat and ended up scoring. Kushnay's at second. O'Gorman will swing and miss at a breaking ball. It drops below his bat and trails toward him. It's now an 0-2 count. Lefty on righty matchup for the sophomore Eamon O'Gorman at Wayne State Community College. He stands in the box at 6'2", 200 pounds, as Jacob Kushnay at second. Here's the 0-2. O'Gorman hits it high into left field, but it's into the glove of the third baseman, Sam Dinkelman. Not too far out of distance for him, so he'll step just off into the grass and collect the second out here in the bottom of the fourth.
It's a much needed out as well for Tuhig. His defense hasn't done the best job of backing him up tonight. That's a good grab over there, especially with the sun that's been shining down on these players all afternoon.
Yeah, already 4 errors for this Grand Island defense as Matthew Marceau steps up to the plate. The fresh count pitch will catch the outside corner of the zone. And Marceau was rung up on a controversial strike 3 the last time he was up to the plate on that outside edge. You got to imagine he's going to protect a little bit more away. Still has Kushnay at second. The 0-1 is outside and low. It's now 1-1. And Marceau is from Marshalltown Community College, where a lot of members of this Grand Island Fightin' Cranes squad are. Their head coach, Kevin Grant, is an assistant there. Marceau's 1-1 will miss outside. Another one out and low. It's now a 2-1 count. Marceau has not touched the base path today, but came in with a 500 OBP. Ground out and a strikeout for Marceau. Here's his 2-1. He'll swing and hit one high into left center field. Does it have the distance? It does. Matthew Marceau has his first Fremont Moo home run and puts the Moo up 10-1.
Sent that one out to the pastures. That one was beamed over that fence, probably near 300 feet. And that also has to feel extremely good for Marceau, especially after that frustrating at bat where you get out on a strike that you did not think was strike 3, send one over the wall, and make this a 9-run lead.
Matthew Marceau only stands in at 5'8", 170 pounds, but he shows you he's been hitting the weight room. It's a home run there. 2-out home run that scores 2 more for Fremont. Already 3 runs scored here in the bottom of the fourth. 10-1 ball game as the first pitch to the catcher, Evan Androvette, is outside. 1-0 count. After Marceau cleared the bases, it's 2-0 from Androvette. Next pitch from Tuhig misses outside. Here's the 2-0 with 2 away. Androvette will swing and foul it back behind. Just barely got a piece of that one. Now a 2-1 count. Little lefty on righty matchup here. Androvette batting in the left-handed batter's box will swing and foul another one off back behind us high over the press box. It's now 2-2. Still 2 outs here after Matthew Marceau's 2-run home run. Got his 9th RBI on the season as Androvette will watch another pitch miss. Bo Tuhig on the mound thought that one was a strikeout and would have rung him up looking. Instead, with the step back up for a payoff pitch. Here's the 3-2, and Androvette fouls another one off. Just barely got a piece of that one and hit it back over towards him. Still a full count. First day of work for Evan Andrevet. Played in an Arizonian league. Comes from Dallas, Texas, and played at IMG Academy in high school before he attended Patrick and Henry Community College. Delayed call from the umpire, and it is a ball. It misses outside of Evan Andrevet's zone, and he'll touch the base path for the first time today.
And if you're Two-Hig, you do not want this inning to extend, especially with some of the troubles that his infield and outfield has had corralling some of the balls. You want to try to get out as quickly as possible.
And the first pitch to the left fielder, Braden Mitchell, is fouled off. Behind that one, it's now an 0-1 count. It's hit above the netting here. Andrevet touching the base path for the second time today after he reached on an error from the second baseman, Wyatt McLeod, last time up. So 0-2 in his debut. Still finding his way on base. And Braden Mitchell, 0-for-1 today. Grounded out in his first at-bat, but walked in his second. Here's his 0-1. It's way outside. Sherm reaches far to get that one and keep that one in his glove. Make sure Andrevet will not advance. Here's the 1-1 as Two-Hig takes a second. Timeout here. Now Mitchell will step back into the box. Two-Hig back up against the rubber. Andrevet at first, and the 1-1 from Mitchell is grounded over to short. Evans is on it and flips it to second. McLeod steps on the bag for out number 3 here in the fourth. 10-1 is your score after the bottom of the fourth. Fremont plates 3 more. And before we head now to the top of the fifth, we have a few words from our sponsors. The first of those is Keel's Barbershop. Just like a ball player likes to look sharp on game day, you can keep your look in top form with a visit to Keel's Barbershop. Serving Fremont since 1974, they're bringing classic barbering and a friendly service to every customer who walks through the door. Next up, we have the Nebraska Lottery. The Nebraska Lottery offers Nebraskans the chance to win exciting prizes while helping support important programs and initiatives across the state. Whether you're picking up a scratch-off ticket or trying your luck with your favorite draw game, every ticket purchased helps make a difference right here in Nebraska. Must be 19 years of age or older to play. Finally, we have Methodist Fremont Health. When it comes to caring for the Fremont community, Methodist Fremont Health is here 24/7 with trusted doctors, nurses, and healthcare services for patients and families across Dodge County. Compassionate care close to home. So back out for another inning of work is Wyatt Throckmorton. So far today has pitched in 4 innings, given up 1 run, 4 strikeouts. Solid start for him. He's looking to go deep into this one for a Fremont squad that has been slightly depleted on this pitching staff. Last night they got a lot of work from their starter Wyatt Henry. I already made the Wyatt to Wyatt transition joke, so I can't make that one again. As the lefty Throckmorton throw to Andrevet, he'll deliver the throw to second base. Now we're ready to begin play here in the fifth. Leading off for the Fightin' Cranes here is the leadoff man, Sam Dinkelman. At third base today, he's 0-for-1 with a strikeout, but walked in his first at-bat. Here's the first pitch from Throckmorton. It is spiked into the dirt on a breaking ball. 1-0 count. Dinkelman went 1-for-4 last night with 1 run scored as he squares to bunt. Then he'll lay off back behind it. Umpire will rule that pitch a ball on the inside edge. So here's the 2-0 count here for the third baseman. Came into the day batting .217 And he'll watch the third pitch miss as well, outside. And Dinkelman plays at Northwest Missouri State. Played in 21 games there and hit .204 this season. 10 hits, 3 doubles, and a home run hit. 12 RBIs also for the man from Grand Island Northwest High School. He'll watch the next pitch miss on the inside edge at about head level. He'll back away from it, and he'll take his base.
One of the few times that Grand Island threatened in this game, aside from the 4th inning, was back in the 1st when Throckmorton did give up a leadoff walk. He was able to get out of that by retiring the next 3 batters. He's going to try to do the same here.
And the next batter is Broxton Barrientos. A dangerous bat. Will watch the first pitch into the glove of Andrevet. It's ruled a strike on the outside edge. Barrientos is 1 for 2 in the day with a fly out in his first at-bat, but then singled in his next. Throckmorton's next pitch will just miss low. Now a 1-1 count for the right fielder Barrientos. Has 2 errors out in the field today, but more than makes up for it with his bat. Has 3 home runs hit on the season and hits one up the middle to shallow center field. It takes 2 hops and it falls into the glove of Giovanni Malatesta for a single.
You got to be careful here if you're the Moo. You do not want to give up a big inning, which is where Grand Island thrives in those opportunities. They get on with free base passes. You hit around with a few singles, and then you get a guy up who can send one over the wall, and they can do a lot of hurt.
And Anderson Sherm only has 1 home run on the season, as he'll watch the first pitch miss. It falls into the dirt. Both runners from Grand Island will steal. Andrevet delivers a throw to third that's just behind. Dinkelman will steal, and so will Barrientos. So now there's 2 runners in scoring position. The chance of a double play is negated. 1-0 count here for Sherm, and he did hit into a double play in his last at-bat that ended the 3rd inning as Throckmorton throws the 1-0. It is a breaking ball with a lot of drop that does not have enough, says the umpire. It's a called ball that misses outside and up. 2-0 count. 2 runners on, and Sherm hits one high into foul territory. Kouchner is under it, but it's just out of reach over that fence down the first base line. 2-1 count here for Sherm.
Right now, the best thing that the Moo can get is an easy pop-up or a strikeout. I don't think they're going to try to come home with the ball up by 9.
Here's the 2-1 from Throckmorton. Sherm swings on it and fouls it off down the third baseline and takes 2 hops and is over into the dugout of Fremont. Now a 2-2 count. Sherm does not strike out very often, only 1 on the season in 99 plate appearances. Here's the 2-2. Sherm hits it high into left field, and it's into the glove of Braden Mitchell. Tagging up from third, though, is Sam Dinkelman. He'll score for Grand Island. Now it's a 10-2 ball game.
Well done by Braden Mitchell to find that ball as well. We've talked about how the sun is glaring in that left field into the eyes of any fielder out there. He had to turn around a few times, did a good job to snag it at the warning track.
And to be honest, obviously the sun's not in my eyes, but I misread that ball. I thought that one had a chance to go over that wall, just not enough behind it. Wind's not helping as much as it was the other day in Fremont. So now a fresh count here for Rylan Evans, shortstop. 0 for 2 in the day with 2 flyouts. As Barrientos at second base with 1 run scored already here in the 5th. Grand Island has scored in back-to-back innings, just only 1 run in each. As first pitch here to Evans is a breaking ball that's way outside. 1-0 count here for the shortstop, and the cleanup spot today is a graduate from the University of Pacific. Here's the 1-0, and Evans hits it just above the head of Matthew Marceau at second base. Malatesta is on it. Barrientos rounds third. The throw from Malatesta is on target, just could not complete the transition on the backstop. Evan Androvet could not catch that one. It was high fly or a high thrown ball from Malatesta, and that's another runner scored here for Grand Island.
Great throw. It had some arc on it and came down at a really tough point. It's always tough to get those balls on a 1 hop. I think if and drove it, was able to get it into his glove. He would have been able to apply a tag. Unfortunately, just in and out.
And that was a long throw for Malatesta, but nonetheless was not enough as Sebastian Davila steps up to the plate. The first pitch he sees in this at-bat is outside. It's a 1-0 count. He has Evans at second now after that hit. 1-0 is upstairs. It's now 2-0. And Davila touched the base path for the first time in the Diamond Baseball League last at-bat with a walk. Also hit a foul ball just outside of that third base line very hard. And so watch a third pitch ball. Now a 3-0 count. And Throckmorton's at risk of walking another batter. Here's the 3-0, and Davila fouls it off back behind. Not often you see a swing on a 3-0 count. Nonetheless, Davila will do so here. So now it's 3-1 for the DH. Still hitless. 0 for 6 on the season. But he'll watch a ball fall into the bottom corner of the inside of the zone, in for a strike. He thought it was a ball and started walking his way over to first. Second time he's done that today. Now here's the payoff from Throckmorton, and it's chopped over to third. O'Gorman has it and fields it and throws it. It's over to Kouchner on time. There's out number 2.
First time he's seen some action today, and he was prepared to throw over to first base. Also kept the runner on third, didn't have to look over because the ball was hit hardly to him. That's a good ground out to keep the runner on second.
So now here's Aiden Marshall. The first baseman is 0 for 1 on the day with the fly out and a walk. First pitch he sees in this fresh count is in and low. It's now 1-0. Evans is still at second base after hitting an RBI double/single where he advanced from first to second on the throw from Malatesta. Pitch there is chopped over to third. O'Gorman's on it and makes a long throw for an out on Aiden Marshall, and that's out number 3 here in the 5th.
And Throckmorton did a good job to not let that inning snowball, which is what Grand Island can do to some of these teams that they face when they get rolling. You still got a 7-run lead, and your bats have been extremely noisy today for Fremont.
10-3 is your score. Fremont has definitely had noisy bats, putting up those 10 runs.
Landscaping, excavation, and snow removal.
And also have 8 hits. As we'll see what they can do now in the bottom of the 5th. After a few words from our sponsors, the first of those is Subway, home of the legendary footlong, stacked with all your favorite toppings and made fresh right in front of you. Next time hunger steps up to the plate, head to Subway, located at 549 East 23rd Street, and knock it out of the park. Subway, eat fresh. Next up, we have Raising Cane's. Whether you're celebrating a Moo victory or just working up an appetite at the ballpark, Raising Cane's is ready to serve. Stop by their Fremont location on East 23rd Street for fresh chicken fingers and a meal the whole family can enjoy. Lastly, we have the Fremont Family YMCA. Just like the Moo are staying active on the field tonight, you can stay active all summer long at the Fremont Family YMCA. Stop by North Lincoln Avenue for fitness, swimming, youth programs, and more for the whole family. We have a new pitcher here for Grand Island. It's Dylan Etherton, who was out in left field prior to this. Not quite sure where everybody else moved on, but Bo Tuhig's night is over. After 4 innings of work, he gave up 10 runs. Not all of those were earned, a few errors. 4 to be exact from this Grand Island squad. Not sure how many of those runs were credited to Tuhig. Had 2 strikeouts. He gave up 8 hits as Etherton is now making his appearance on the bump. Has only pitched in 2.2 innings so far this season, but has a 3.38 ERA, 1 strikeout and only 2 walks, giving up a 1.13 WHIP. Very solid numbers from the outfielder here.
And Grant's going to have to dig deep into his bag here. I don't know if he has a ton of pitchers that he wants to use that are actually true arms. He's had to use some position players, one of which was McLeod yesterday night. Came in and had to pitch just 1/3 of an inning. So he just like Thornhill and the Moo all season, doesn't have an extremely loaded pitching staff with a deep roster, but now both of these teams have added a few pitchers to the roster and a few new players, so I think they'll both be a little bit more comfortable as this year barrels on forward.
And Coach Jonathan Thornhill and the Moo have added quite a few players for the past couple of days. We'll see. We've seen Carter McPeak last night and now today. Evan Androvet makes his debut today. Darren Zafransky made his debut on the mound, and we'll probably see Brecken Mason today in relief for the Moo, as Dominic Palma now steps up to the plate in a fresh count here against Dylan Etherton. The first pitch he sees is a breaking ball that breaks too far below the zone. It's a 1-0 count. Palma hit a 2 RBI triple in his last at-bat, and now will ground one softly over to short. Evans misfields it, though, and Palma will reach on an E6.
Would have been a tough play to make as well. Palma has also got some wheels underneath him, but Evans just has not had a great time over there. I don't know if it's because of the infield grass and dirt, because they do play on a turf field, but he hasn't had a great time fielding ground balls.
And, excuse me, that's Sam Dinkelman now at short. He moved after Etherton stepped onto the bump. I think that Evans is in replacement out in the field. Could be him out in right field. A new man at third base is Aiden Marshall, and the first baseman is number 17, Sebastian Davila, who was in the DH spot, will now step onto the field to keep Etherton's bat alive. First pitch, or the next pitch, will miss for flag, or it's a 1-0 count, and make it 2-0. Back-to-back pitches miss. Palma's at first after that error from Sam Dinkelman in an unnatural position. Usually a third baseman is at short. And Palma steals, and he beats it by a mile.
He got a great jump. He was waiting for Etherton. He was watching his left foot to see once it raises, he has to go home. Great jump, and a nice steal to put a runner in scoring position.
And Etherton did not even look over at Palma, who's taking a decent lead at first base. He's now at second, and Ripken Flax in a 3-0 count. 3-0 pitch will be spiked into the dirt. The catcher, Anderson Sherm, will get on it quickly and stop Palma from advancing. But now there's still runners at first and second for the Moo.
And this, go back to the first inning, the Moo got 2 aboard. McPeak came up, hit an RBI single. Was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat, but he's going to be hoping for another base knock here.
And unless some magic happens, McPeak will step to the plate. Fresh count here for Giovanni Malatesta, and he swings and hits the first pitch foul down the first base line and out of play. Out into the parking lot. It's now an 0-1 count. Malatesta is 1 for 3 on the day with a single in his first at-bat, and then back-to-back flyouts since. He's got 2 runners on with Palma at second, and he steals here, and Fleck will steal as well, and he'll make it on time. He now ties O'Gorman with 9 steals on the season. Palma has his second of the day as well.
And again, another great jump by both players to reach the base path, and I thought that one might have just gone over the glove of Grand Island's second baseman, and that would have allowed Palma to go over and touch home plate.
And Malatesta will swing and hit one high into shallow right field. Under it is the right fielder, who throws it in. I believe that is still Barrientos out in right field, so Evans just moved to left, as Malatesta will fly out there, and that'll be the first out here in inning number 5 for the Moo. Carter McPeak is now up to the plate. 2 for 2 on the day, 2 singles, an RBI, and was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat. Has 2 runners in scoring position and can do some damage against the position player, Dylan Etherton, on the mound. First pitch is a swing and a miss from McPeak. Completely off on that pitch. It's an 0-1 count. Palma sits only 90 feet away. And Ripken Flex at second, only 90 feet behind him. 10-3 lead for the Moo. As the 0-1 to McPeak will miss inside. It's now a 1-1 count. Only one out for the Moo. It's Giovanni Malatesta, who just flew out to the right fielder Barrientos. Second fly out over there today. McPeak is 1-1. Will catch the zone right down the pipe. He'll watch it in. It's a 1-2 count. First time he's been down in the count all night, to be honest. As I said, he's 2 for 2, has 3 singles hit on the season, and has 2 RBIs so far. Here's his 1-2. Swing and a miss. The off-speed had him completely fooled, and that's out number 2 here in the 5th.
And a much-needed strikeout as well. You don't have a double play in play. You got 2 runners in scoring position. And it would be great if he could be out of the inning for Grand Island, especially as a position player.
And Kushne now steps up to the plate and hit a single in his last at-bat. Other than that, he lined out in his first and reached on an error from the shortstop Rylan Evans in his second at-bat. He'll watch a first pitch ball miss inside. It's a 1-0 count. 2 outs here now for the cleanup man, who leads the team in RBIs, 21 on the season. He'd love to add a few more here, but he'll swing and miss at that pitch. It was completely off in his timing from Etherton. Now a 1-1 count. He's swinging for the fences there and has put 3 balls this season over that left field wall. Would like to add another one here to extend Fremont's lead to 10. Here's the 1-1, and it's swing and chopped foul down the third base line. Takes 2 hops and outside of that line. It's now a 1-2 count. Kushne comes into the day batting .235. He's been batting quite a bit better recently. He has a lot of RBIs and extra base hits in his last few games, but he'll swing and miss at a breaking ball, and that'll end the 5th.
Tough end of that inning for Fremont, especially started out promising. You want to put a few more runs to the plate. Grand Island has been threatening in the batter's box, but you still got a 7-run lead. And if Throckmorton comes back out, I would assume it would be his last inning. His pitch count is nearing the 90s. I know usually they try to limit the pitchers to about 110 pitches. We'll see what Thornhill decides to do.
And before we see that, we have a few words from our sponsors. The first of those is Visit Fremont and Dodge County. There's always something happening in Fremont and Dodge County. Whether you're searching for great food, community events, unique shops, or outdoor recreation, you'll find plenty to explore right here in the heart of Nebraska. Next up, we have Buffalo Wild Wings. Catch every big play at Buffalo Wild Wings in Fremont, serving up cold wings, burgers, cold drinks, and nonstop sports action all week long. Stop by on East 23rd Street and make game day your favorite day of the week. And I just want to clarify, not cold wings, they're hot wings. And our last sponsor here is Injure Mowing and Tree Care LLC. Need your lawn looking game ready? Injure Mowing and Tree Care LLC provides landscaping, tree care, and snow removal services across Fremont and the surrounding area. Give them a call at 402-5944 and let the pros handle the hard work. Back out again for the Moo as we awaited Thornhill's decision. His decision is to stay with Throckmorton, who's pitched in 5 innings so far, given up 3 runs, has 4 strikeouts on the day, has been collecting outs, and just need him to go a little bit further. Just get some easy outs. He has a big cushion to do so. What we saw against Sedalia earlier this season when Throckmorton stayed in too long, he ended up giving up 7 earned runs. We're hoping not to continue that trend. As stepping up to the plate, now leading off here in this inning is Dylan Etherton, or excuse me, that's Wyatt McLeod. So far today, is 2 for 2 with 2 singles and 1 RBI hit in his last at-bat. Here's the first pitch from Throckmorton. It's a swing and a miss. It was behind that fastball. It's an 0-1 count. McLeod comes into the day with a .242 batting average as he'll watch a second pitch ball miss upstairs. It's a 1-1 count. McLeod has 15 hits on the season, 14 RBIs hit heading into the day. He added 2 more hits and another RBI as he'll watch a third pitch strike fall. Now a 1-2 count. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it is just upstairs. Now it's a 2-2 count here for the second baseman, McLeod, who's in the transfer portal after attending Southern Arkansas. Here's his 2-2, and he'll hit it foul up above. Might hit the press box. Instead, we'll just bounce behind us. It's still a 2-2 count here for the second baseman. McLeod is heading into his redshirt sophomore season here as he'll watch the next pitch miss upstairs. It's now a full count. Did not hit in the last game, but collected 1 out against 1 batter to close the game. Here's the payoff from Throckmorton. It just misses upstairs, and McLeod takes his base. And he'll touch the base path for the 3rd time today.
That's how you want to start off if you're Grand Island. This is usually how they start some of their big innings. You get a runner on board with the free base pass and then hit him home.
And now here's a mound visit for Throckmorton from Jonathan Thornhill and the Moo. I'm going to calm him down a little bit. Should have a little bit more gas, and Fremont would want him to, but Brecken Mason is in relief tonight, and he's looking to make his debut with the Moo. And Thornhill's waiting to unleash him to this Diamond Baseball League. Before he gets his start, though, Thornhill will walk back up into the dugout and rely on Throckmorton to go a little bit further in this one. With McLeod at first, he'll now face Dylan Etherton, who just pitched the last inning for Grand Island himself. It's 1 for 2 on the day at the plate. Hit a double in his first at-bat and then popped out in his next. Here's the fresh count pitch from Throckmorton and misses out and up. It's a 1-0 count. 10-3 is still your score here in Fremont as Throckmorton delivers the 1-0. It's now 2-0, another pitch that misses upstairs this time. Etherton is started the day in left field, but then was moved to the pitcher spot. Here's the 2-0. It's another one taken upstairs, now 3-0. Etherton is heading into his sophomore season at Iowa Lakes Community College. It's in a 3-0 count here against Throckmorton, and will take a 4th pitch strike that will catch the outside edge of the zone. It's now 3-1. Etherton stands in the box at 6 foot, 175 pounds, and he'll watch another strike on the outside edge. Great location from Throckmorton up towards that outside corner. It's now a full count for the pitcher / left fielder, and he'll break his bat. Throckmorton will get on it and throw over to first. It's the first out here in the 5th thanks to a broken bat hit from Dylan Etherton.
And he got jammed inside. That's what caused that bat to break. It hit the skinniest part of that at-bat. Base runner will move over. Throckmorton is now over 100 pitches. I don't know how many more he has to work with before he reaches his pitch limit, but it's got to be within the next few batters.
So now stepping up to the plate is Ty Harmson. 0 for 2 in the day with 2 strikeouts. Struck out swinging in his first at-bat and looking in his second. First pitch he says he will swing at. It's over to Marceau at second, who fields it and gloves it and throws it over to Kouchner at first. He'll collect the second out here in the 6th inning, but McLeod will advance over to third.
That's what Throckmorton was looking for as well, a 1-pitch out and an easy routine play for your defense.
Throckmorton would love to close out this inning. Doesn't have many pitches to work with. And so it's Dinkelman now up to the dish. 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout, but has walked in his other 2 plate appearances. We'll watch a first pitch strike on the inside corner of the zone, low. Great location from Throckmorton in this lefty-on-lefty matchup. Dinkelman squares off a bunt. It just tops foul. Now an 0-2 count.
That one would have been fair. I think he would have had a decent chance to get to first as well. The infield was back, and O'Gorman was a few steps back behind third base.
So now here's the 0-2 from Throckmorton, who sends and delivers. That pitch misses low. Now a 1-2 count in this lefty-on-lefty matchup for the third baseman, Sam Dinkelman. Sits in the box at 5'9", 180 pounds, and here's the 1-2. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. It's now 2-2. Dinkelman is from Grand Island, attended Grand Island Northwest High School, and we'll watch the next pitch be spiked into the plate. Andrevet covers it back behind. It's now a full count. McLeod's only 90 feet away from scoring again for Grand Island. Here's Throckmorton's payoff. It will be grounded up right through the middle. Marceau will field it and throw it. His throw is just not in time, and it's a little bit off target. It will bring Kouchner off the bag. That single will bring in another runner here for the Fightin' Cranes.
Such tough play to make as well. You're heading over to your right. You don't have a lot of legs to get underneath you when you're on the run, especially towards your right. And just a tough play to make. That's going to be an infield single and another RBI.
And to be honest, I'm surprised that Marceau even got to that. It was a well-hit ball up the gap in the middle, but Marceau, we've talked about his speed multiple times in this one, displayed it there. Got over to that one, but as you said, it's just a difficult throw. He's running away from first base, and then that's a throw back over there on the move. Not easy at all. He'll get Kouchner off the bag, but I don't think if Kouchner was on the bag, he would have even been an out from Dinkelman. Dinkelman was moving very quickly out of the batter's box. A little bit less distance as he's a lefty. Here's the first pitch at Broxton Barrientos. We'll see, and he'll foul it off down the third base line. Hit that ball very solidly, but didn't stay in. Now an 0-1 count here for the right fielder. 2 for 3 in the day with 2 singles and a flyout. Here's his 0-1. It'll be a breaking ball that'll drop. Hesitated a little bit on that one and then would swing and miss. So now an 0-2 count here with 2 outs. Sam Dinkelman, the leadoff man, is at first base with Barrientos at the plate. And that ball is hit high into left field. Does it have enough? It will bounce off the wall. Mitchell will throw it in. And that's a very well hit ball that'll only result in a single, though.
A great turn and throw as well from Mitchell. He got that ball in quick. Barrientos wanted to take 2, and Mitchell didn't allow him to.
And a good decision base running wise from Barrientos, but that throw was almost too quick from Mitchell. It made Barrientos' decision to stay at first extremely easy, as now here's the second mound visit for Wyatt Throckmorton.
That'll be his night as well.
His night is now done. Throckmorton went 5 2/3 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 Ks, and now puts Brecken Mason up to the mound. First time the Moo are seeing him this season, as he comes from Midland. At Midland, in his career, he has 19 appearances with 21 innings pitched, a 1-2 win-loss record, a 6.86 ERA, 2.19 WHIP with 20 strikeouts.
For the Fremont Moo,
Comes from
number 6,
Aurora, Utah,
Brecken Mason.
and will look to be another necessary pitcher added to this Fremont pitching staff.
I think Thornhill didn't want to use him until we got into the top of the 7th. He was going to let Throckmorton go as long as possible, and that last pitch when you nearly give up a home run, I think it's time to call it a night. But tip your cap to Wyatt Throckmorton, another great outing where he goes nearly 6 innings again. First 3 games of the year didn't necessarily go his way. These last 3 have definitely been in his favor, and he's going to be an ace for Fremont down on the line.
And the nice thing for Fremont is that Throckmorton can afford games where he gives up 4 runs, because this Fremont offense is one of the best in the league. They sit second in batting average, only behind Grand Island, and also sits second in runs scored. Their pitching has just been a little bit behind. They sit at the bottom of the league in ERA at 8.42. So they struggle a little bit more on the pitching front, but if you can just go far and get pitchers that won't give up too many runs, they can win games.
Yeah, and that's what Fremont needs. They struggle when they have to bring in some relief pitchers before the half frames, so usually fourth, third innings. If you can get your pitchers to go by there, usually they're going to be in a good position, especially when Fremont has these early leads and try to cling on to them throughout the night.
And so now Breckin Mason is all warmed up. He has runners on the corners and Broxton Barrientos at first and Sam Dinkelman at third. The catcher, Anderson Sherm, is now up to the plate so far today. Lined out, then hit into a double play, then hit a sacrifice fly for an RBI in his last at-bat. Mason's first pitch will hit Sherm. So through one pitch, he already has allowed one base runner. Now the bases are loaded for Rylan Evans.
Good news is now you got to force out at any base.
Still only one out necessary. Just needs to go 1/3 of an inning to get out of this one, but not an easy spot. And we've seen Grand Island put balls over that left field wall with the bases loaded multiple times. Here's a fresh count for Evans, and that pitch misses outside from Breckin Mason. It's a 1-0 count here for Rylan Evans, the shortstop. Hit an RBI double in his last at-bat. Would love to do that again here with the bases loaded, and hits one up the gap in the middle. Takes a hop into Malatesta's glove. Coming around third is Barrientos, and he'll score. Two-runner score on that RBI single from Rylan Evans. It's now a 10-6 ball game.
Neither of those will be Mason's responsibility, but the runner on second will be, and first as well. A tough way to come into a game hit by pitch in a 2 RBI single.
Designated hitter, number 17.
So now Breckin Mason will look to calm down a little bit against Sebastian Davila. Does not have a hit yet in his 2 games for the Grand Island Fightin' Cranes. He's got runners on first and second. Still 2 outs, and Mason deals, and Davila swings and misses. It's nowhere near that pitch. It's now an 0-1 count. We have Sherman second and Evans at first, and Mason nearly hits another batter. Davila scoots away from it. It breaks a little bit inside. Either way, it's a ball, a 1-1 count here for the DH, who moved his way over to first base with the substitution of Dylan Etherton. The next pitch is a fastball that is in the zone. It's a 1-2 count now. One strike away from ending this inning that Grand Island has already scored 3 in. It's a 10-6 ball game, and it's a stolen base. But Jacob Kushne will jump up in the air and snag that hit from Sebastian Davila. A line drive over the first baseman's head, but Kushne will jump up and snag it.
Not a spot that he plays a lot at this year, but he has played there before. And that's the best play we've seen from him at first base. Not a lot of balls get hit over there, but that saves at least one runner and helps out Breckin Mason in his first 1/3 inning of work.
So now, after Breckin Mason comes in relief for Wyatt Throckmorton, gives up 2 runs, neither of them credited to him. Grand Island cuts Fremont's lead from 10-4 now to 10-6. Only 4 runs separate these 2 squads as we head now down to the bottom of the 6th. And before we get there, we have a few words from our sponsors. The first of those is Indra Mowing and Tree Care LLC. Need your lawn looking game ready? Indra Mowing and Tree Care LLC provides landscaping, tree care, snow removal services across Fremont and the surrounding area. Give them a call at 402-720-5944 and let the pros handle the hard work. Next up, we have S2 Roll-Offs and Refuse. Tonight's game is brought to you by S2 Roll-Offs and Refuse. Fremont's local choice for trash, recycling, and dumpster services. From home cleanups to construction projects, S2 Roll-Offs helps keep our community clean. Lastly, we have Tommy's Express Car Wash. Need a quick clean before first pitch? Tommy's Express Car Wash in Fremont helps keep your ride shining with fast, high-quality washes and free vacuums to finish the job. And Etherton The outfielders now back out for another inning of work on the mound. Did pretty solid in his first one, did not give up an earned run, and even added a strikeout on, or 2 strikeouts, on Jacob Kouchner and Carter McPeak. He's now ready for his second inning of work. And the first batter he'll face off against is Eamon O'Gorman, who is 2 for 3 on the day. 2 RBI singles and then a flyout. 5 straight multi-hit games from O'Gorman have his batting average up above 250 now. Love to see that for the third baseman. There's now 24 hits on the season. 5 of those are doubles. Looking to add another base hit here. Said he'll watch a first pitch ball missed downstairs. 1-0 count. O'Gorman also has a stolen base tonight. Tied with Ropic and Fleck at the team lead 9. Both of them have not gotten caught stealing one time this season, as it's a breaking ball from Etherton that misses out and away. 2-0 count. Lefty on righty matchup here between O'Gorman and Etherton. Here's a 2-0. It breaks, but not enough. It stays outside. It's now a 3-0 count after back-to-back pitches that miss outside.
This is an opportunity for Fremont to really put the bat to the ball, especially with a position player who only has 3 innings of work this year.
Here's the 3-0. It misses outside, and O'Gorman will take his base. A leadoff walk for Fremont will bring up Matthew Marceau, who hit a 2-run homer in his last at-bat. Doing so again here. Be really nice for Fremont. Saw their lead cut down, was 10-1.
Second baseman, number 17, Matthew.
A few innings ago.
Marceau.
Now it's 10-6. So Grand Island scores 5 in the 5th and 6th combined. The first pitch to Marceau misses outside. It's now a 1-0 count for the second baseman. 1 for 3 on the day, but that one hit was a big one, a 2-run shot back in the bottom of the 4th. Here's his 1-0, and it'll miss way inside, nearly hits him. Now a 2-0 count. Marceau is a very disciplined batter, 8 walks and 3 hit by pitches so far this season to go along with his 6 hits, and he'll swing and hit one foul down the third base line. Takes 2 hops and goes outside of that third base bag. It's now a 2-1 count. We see all 3 of Fremont's middle infielders in the lineup today with Palma, Marceau, and Fleck, and they've all done damage. Here's the 2-1 for Marceau. He swings and misses at a pitch outside. Marceau, though, has been a very necessary addition for Fremont, who is just between Fleck and Palma at those middle infield spots. He'll watch a 5th pitch ball. It'll drop below the zone. It's now a 3-2 count. O'Gorman still at first. Full count here for the second baseman, Marceau. Still no outs. Here's the payoff from Etherton, and it drops, and Marceau swings and misses. His second strikeout of the day, this time by swinging.
Tough at bat there for the 6-hole man, and Etherton may not have such quality as other starting pitchers, but some of those off-speed pitches have gotten a lot of swing and misses.
And Dylan Etherton already has 3 strikeouts today, only had 1 coming into the night. Has done very solid on these Fremont batters so far. Evan Andrevet is now up to the dish. He'll watch a first pitch ball miss low and in the dirt. Sherm will cover it, though, and keep O'Gorman at first. Still the possibility of an inning-ending double play. Andrevet already reached on an error over to that second baseman. O'Gorman will steal, but he'll make his way back over to first after Evan Andrevet, the catcher, will foul one down the first base line hard over towards that Grand Island dugout area. It's a 1-1 count here. 1-1, 1 out. O'Gorman's at first. Andrevet, the lefty, in the box. And he'll take a third pitch ball. It'll be spiked into the dirt and bounce off the dirt and into his hip. And he'll walk over to first on a hit by pitch. Now there's runners at first and second for the left fielder, Braden Mitchell. 1 out here in the bottom of the sixth. Fremont holds on to a 10-6 lead. Mitchell so far today is 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts, but collected a base on balls in between those. Gorman's at second. Andrevet's at first. Here's the 0-0, and Mitchell hits it over to second. Flips it over to second again for a 1. But Dinkelman cannot throw Mitchell out at first. Now there's runners on the corners with 2 away.
That one was just dinked over there to second base. I think Grand Island would have had time to turn 2, but Andrevet heading over to second, I think made it more difficult to send it over to first base.
So what could have been a 4-6-3 double play will just be a fielder's choice. They'll get Andrevet out heading from first to second. Now there's runners on the corners for Dominic Palma, who hit a 2-run triple earlier in this one. First pitch he sees in this at-bat from Etherton will miss inside. 1 for 3 on the day is Dominic Palma. Struck out in his first at-bat. Hit that aforementioned 2-run triple in his second and then reached on an error from the shortstop. It was Sam Dinkelman at that point as he'll watch another pitch miss. Well, he spiked outside in the dirt. Sherm will catch it and take a step away, make sure that neither Fremont base runner would get too far off the bag. And he'll throw it back up to his pitcher, Etherton. 2-0 count. Here's runners on the corners and make it 2-1. Breaking ball will just catch that outside edge. Dominic Palma asking the umpire where that one was. Just catches that outside edge of the plate, and now it's a 2-1 count. 2 away. Here's the 2-1 from Etherton, and it nearly hits Palma. He backs away from it. Now it's a 3-1 count. The hitter's advantage here for the 9-man Dominic Palma, DHing today. Came into the day with 16 hits and made it 17 on that aforementioned triple. Mitchell will steal, and Palma will watch a breaking ball drop. But it didn't drop enough. He'll walk on a base on balls. Now the bases are loaded for Ripken Fleck.
It's the man you want up, the guy who has the most hits in the DBL, and he can add to that tally and reestablish the 6-run lead that Fremont had earlier.
And Ripken Fleck only has 15 RBIs. I say only lightly there. That's still quite a bit, but the lack of that compared to some other batters on this Fremont team is because he's usually in a spot where there aren't runners in scoring position, but he'll hit one up the gap. It's lined into center field, and that brings in 1 run, and a second one comes in, and it's in time. Mitchell will score again. 2 more runners scored for Fremont on that single from Ripken Fleck.
Nice piece of hitting. Go back to the first inning. A lot of these batters didn't need to see a lot of pitches before they decided to put a smooth swing on it. Same thing for Fleck, and now you're up by 6.
So now Palma's at second with Fleck at first and Malatesta at the plate. 2 more runs scored for Fremont. It's a 12-6 ball game here in Fremont at Moeller Field. It's been a hitter's duel. Not a lot of defense in this one, especially as of lately. And Malatesta will hit one high into right field. Barrientos glides under it, and he gets the out there. That's the 3rd out of this inning, but not before Fremont can plate 2. As we head now up to the top of the 7th, with Fremont leading 12-6. We have a few words from our sponsors before we get there. The first of those is Tommy's Express Car Wash. Need a quick clean before first pitch? Tommy's Express Car Wash keeps your ride shining with fast, high-quality washes and free vacuums to finish the job. Next up, we have Keel's Barbershop. If you're in need of a haircut, step up your style with Keel's Barbershop in downtown Fremont. Delivering classic cuts, beard trims, and an old-school barbershop service since 1974. Lastly, we have the Nebraska Lottery. Feeling lucky tonight? Nebraska Lottery gives Nebraskans the chance to win big while supporting programs across the state. Must be 19 years of age or older to play. So now we head to the top of the 7th. Fremont, as I said, leading by 6 in a 12-6 ball game. Brecken Mason is still up at the plate after he finished that last inning for Wyatt Throckmorton. Throckmorton went 5 2/3 innings, gave up 6 earned runs, had 4 strikeouts, and now Mason just finished that inning out for Throckmorton, gave up 2 of those runners that were left on base. Collected that 1 out at the end of the inning. And now we'll face off against Aiden Marshall. Marshall is 0 for 2 in the day with a fly out and a ground out, but he did walk earlier in the day. Last night he went 1 for 2 with an RBI and a walk. And that win for Fremont, 6-2 was the final score last night. Fremont looking to add another win against this Fightin Crane squad who sits at 2nd in the league. And Fremont right now sits at 5th. 10-14 record. Behind Salina at 8-9. Jefferson City at 10-11. Grand Island at 15-9 and Sedalia at 14-8. So lots of room to chase as if Fremont wants to get in one of those top 2 spots to be one of those teams that will play in the Diamond Baseball League's championship at the beginning of August. The first pitch from Mason here to Aiden Marshall will miss downstairs. It's a 1-0 count and make it 1-1 as that pitch will catch the outside corner of the zone in the black, and it's a 1-1 count. Now here's the 1-1 from Mason. He's not hesitating with his windup at all. He'll miss that pitch outside. It's now 2-1. But a quick motion here from Mason. Here's another one. 2-1. Will miss downstairs. Now 3-1. That one was more inside than previous pitches. Hitters count here for Marshall, who's already walked once today. Like to touch the base path again. Here's the 3-1. Mason will miss downstairs, and Marshall takes his base. No question about that one. He walks.
You don't want to give up too many walks if you're Mason. This is the bottom of the order, so it's a good part to attack. Top of the order so far tonight has been dangerous for the Fightin Cranes.
But one batter in the bottom of the order that has been dangerous for the Fightin Cranes is Wyatt McLeod, who's 2 for 2 in the day. 2 singles, has an RBI, and then walked in his last at-bat. The first pitch he sees here from Mason will miss on that inside edge. It's now a 1-0 count. He has Marshall at first. And the 1-0 will become 2-0. It misses outside. Another fastball, and Mason has lacked a little bit of control here early in his appearance today. His first appearance with the Moo. Here's a 2-0, and it's grounded up the middle. Fleck, the shortstop, has it and touches the bag himself. And just a simple 6-3 double play. We'll have 2 outs for Fremont in the top of the 7th.
Marceau ended the game yesterday night with the 4-3 double play. This time it's Fleck's turn to do it himself. And a much-needed double play as well for Mason.
So after the first runner got on for Grand Island, he'll be caught out on a double play. Dylan Etherton will hit one back up over to Mason. He'll backhand it and catch it behind his back. Then throw it over to Kushne and collect the 3rd out here on an excellent play from the pitcher.
2 good plays, one by the pitcher and then a good dig by Kushne. Those balls are hard, especially on the dirt, to gauge. It could bounce off some flecks of dirt or even a rock out there. Both players did a good job to field the ball.
And so now we'll head to the bottom of the 7th after a 1-2-3 inning from Brecken Mason. After a few words from our sponsors, the first of those is Methodist Fremont Health. From routine checkups to unexpected emergencies, Methodist Fremont Health is proud to serve the people of Fremont and Dodge County. With experienced providers and compassionate care, they're helping keep our community healthy every day. Next up, we have Subway. Subway is batting 1,000 when it comes to fresh flavor. Build your perfect sandwich, pile on your favorite toppings, and enjoy a meal made fresh right in front of you. Visit Subway at 549 East 23rd Street and eat fresh. Lastly, we have Raising Cane's. Whether you're celebrating a Moo victory or just working up an appetite at the ballpark, Raising Cane's is ready to serve. Stop by their Fremont location on East 23rd Street for fresh chicken fingers and a meal the whole family can enjoy. So it's a new man on the bump here for Grand Island in this bottom of the 7th inning. That'll be Sam Dinkelman. Seen him all over for the Fightin Cranes today. He played at third and then moved over to short, and now will step back up to the bump. He pitched just a few days ago against Fremont. And so far this season, Dinkelman has pitched in 3.1 innings as an 8.1 ERA with a 1-0 win-loss, 6 strikeouts. I believe that one win was against Fremont in that crazy comeback of that 19-12 ball game on Sunday night, and it was absolute insanity here at Moeller Field. Dinkelman will now face off against the top of the lineup. It's Carter McPeak, the right fielder who's batting third today. First batter Dinkelman will face tonight. After Dylan Etherton went 2 innings, he gave up 2 earned runs, had 3 strikeouts, and now Dinkelman will come in relief for him. The first pitch he throws will be a fastball upstairs for the right fielder McPeak. Now a 1-0 count. And the next pitch will catch the outside edge. I thought that one was a little bit outside. Instead, it's a called strike. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1, and McPeak takes it on the inside edge. He moves away from that one. It's now a 2-1 count for McPeak, who's batting third. So far today is 2 for 3, 2 singles, an RBI, a hit by pitch, and a strikeout in his last at-bat. Next pitch will catch the outside corner. A perfect location from Dinkelman has McPeak in a 2-2 count. Now here is the 2-2 for the leadoff man, and McPeak jams it and hits it softly up the gap into Dinkelman, who throws it over to first for an easy out, number 1 in the bottom of the 7th.
Pitch location inside. He couldn't put a full swing on it, and it's just an easy ground ball for the pitcher.
Just barely got the inside of the barrel on that one. And McPeak is now out for the second time today. 2 for 4 in his first time in the lineup, other than when he DH'd yesterday, first time out in the field. Full game's worth of work, and Jacob Kushne now steps to the plate. He swings and misses at the first pitch fastball from Dinkelman. Kushne swung for the fences there and has put balls over the fences here, so makes sense, as the next pitch from Dinkelman will miss outside. It's now a 1-1 count for Kushne, who struck out in his last at-bat after hitting a single before that. He reached on an error from the shortstop in his second appearance and lined out in his first. Here's the 1-1, and it misses way outside. It's now 2-1. And Sam Dinkelman is, as I said, pitching for just the third time this season, as Kushne hits one into the gap in left center field. It takes a hop into shallow left center, and he's on with a single.
His first single was out to right. This one was out to left. He was ahead of it and made great contact. He didn't swing for the fences, and I think that helped him even out his swing and put it into the outfield.
And Jacob Kushne has been a very, very good batter for Fremont as of late. He's sat out last night, but in the games before that, he's been batting at his best. With another man who's batting very well is Eamon O'Gorman. We're used to seeing him at the bottom of the lineup earlier on in the season, but now he's moved his way all the way up to the 5 spot after, I've mentioned this plenty of times, but 5 straight multi-hit games in 6 of his last 7. Takes the first pitch upstairs. It's a 1-0 count with Kushne at first and 1 away. Fremont holds on to a 6-run lead as Dinkelman will deliver a pitch that is fouled off back behind down the third base line from Eamon O'Gorman. It's now a 1-1 count. O'Gorman at Wayne State College only had 2 at-bats. He went 1 for 2. Nice little 500 batting average in that stretch. Now we'll see Dinkelman's 1-1 and swing and foul it off. It's back into the glove of Sherm, who will come up and visit Dinkelman on the mound. Just quick conversation between the 1 and 2. A 1 and 2 count here for the third baseman, Eamon O'Gorman, with 1 out, and Jacob Kushney at first. Quick conversation. We'll have Sherm running back over to the plate and getting ready to squat back again down there. As O'Gorman in the left-handed batter's box fixes his helmet and is ready to swing again. Now Dinkelman will get set and deal. Here's the 1-2. O'Gorman will foul it off. Again, that one's hit high above the netting and down the third base line. Count remains 1-2. One-two count, 1 out. Kushney's at first. O'Gorman's in the box, 2 for 4 on the day. And he'll take a next pitch ball that's upstairs. It'll miss. It's now a 2-2 count. Excuse me, O'Gorman is 2 for 3 on the day. He walked in his last appearance after flying out in the one before that and hitting 2 RBI singles before that. Here's the 2-2, and it's hit into shallow right field, into the gap. Barrientos is on it, but Kushney will advance over to third, and he's hit by the ball being thrown in from Barrientos. Over to third, and O'Gorman's now at second.
Unlucky for Grand Island. That would have taken a hop into the glove of Aiden Marshall over at third. So a lucky break for Fremont, and that also allowed, after that collided with the base runner, that allowed O'Gorman to move over to second. Now he got 2 in scoring position.
2 in scoring position for Matthew Marceau, who hit a 2-run shot earlier in this one. Can add a few more RBIs to his already solid day. O'Gorman, having himself a solid day, is now 3 for 4 with 3 singles. Is racking up the hits recently, boosting that batting average astronomically as Matthew Marceau, the second baseman, steps up to the plate for the 5th time today. 1 for 4, 2 strikeouts, a ground out, but hit a 2-run shot earlier on in the 4th inning. As the first pitch he sees will catch the outside edge of the zone. It's an 0-1 count. He was rung up on a controversial strike 3 called in his second at-bat. The 0-1 will be way inside. Marceau will back away from it and nearly hits him, but he'll stay away from it. It's a 1-1 count. 1-1 count, only 1 out. No force play with runners at second and third. Marceau will watch the third pitch miss low. Now a 2-1 count for the second baseman. Sophomore at Marshalltown Community College, standing in the right-handed batter's box. At 5'8", 170 pounds, looking to bring in some more runs for Fremont, leading 12-6. Here's the 2-1, and Marceau will check his swing. It's a ball inside. Good decision from Marceau. Would have been at his hands most likely. Now a 3-1 count for the second baseman. Comes from Minnetonka, Minnesota. As a fellow Minnesotian at third. As the next pitch will miss on the outside edge. I believe it's a Minnesotan. Excuse my misspeaking there. As now a full count for Marceau. Here's the payoff, and Marceau will watch it. Miss downstairs and in. Now the bases are loaded for the man in his debut, Evan Andrevet.
Marceau's been solid at drawing walks this year. A lot of his on bases have been because of great plate discipline. And we got Evan Andrevet, a chance to make a big impact here.
As you said, Marceau now has 9 walks on the season and only 39 plate appearances. Evan Andrevet making one of his early plate appearances for Fremont in his debut. We'll watch a first pitch miss upstairs. It's 1-0. Andrevet has only seen the plate 4 times. 0 for 2. Since his first 2 at-bats, has gotten on base both times with a base on balls and then a hit by pitch. Now a 2-0 count. Andrevet also reached on an error from the second baseman in his second at-bat after lining out in his first. So 0 for 2, but has touched the base path 3 times. Now he has the bases loaded in a 2-0 count, and it's make it 3-0 as that pitch will miss outside and low for the left-handed batter. Now the catcher with a big advantage. Going to take this pitch from Dinkelman. First inning of relief started off okay, but he'll throw in a strike there after he's now loaded the bases. Only 1 out. 3-1 count. Kouchney's at third, O'Gorman's at second, and Marceau's at first. Here is the 3-1, and Andrevet hits it high into left field. It's into shallow left, just on that line. It will drop into the zone. Nobody gets on it from Grand Island. Kouchney will score. O'Gorman will advance. So will Marceau, and the bases are loaded again with another runner scored for Fremont. Now a 13-6 ball game.
Fightin Cranes had 3 players converging on it. None of them could get there. That's just a hit that falls in a spot that's tough to get to for the left fielder, third baseman, and shortstop.
It was into shallow left field on that third base line. So, as Prescott just said, a very difficult location. It's now a fresh count here for the left fielder, Braden Mitchell. And the first pitch he sees will catch the lower edge of the outside of the zone. 0-1 count now for the left fielder. 0 for 3 on the day. Looking to add a hit here. Here's the 0-1. It'll miss inside at the hands of Mitchell. Now a 1-1 count. Bases loaded yet again for Fremont, leading by 7. Here's the 1-1 for Mitchell, and he'll swing and miss at a high fastball. That one looked uncomfortable. He kind of stumbled at that one. Now here's the 1-2. Mitchell walked in his second at-bat and got on with the fielder's choice in his last. Looking to touch it again, and he'll hit one sky high over the left field wall. And there is no doubt about that one. Braden Mitchell hits a grand slam. And that's a run rule. Fremont wins 17-6.
Great way to end the game. You get the bases loaded. And Mitchell, who's had a stretch of games where he hasn't been able to put a lot of base hits out there, still an important batter, important player. That's got to feel good as he breaks the glass, and he's going to tries to get some water dunked on him too.
So that's the second walk-off of the season for Mitchell. He opened the year with a walk-off double against Salina. Now has a second walk-off to have the run roll. A grand slam hit well over that Moeller monster in left field. There was no doubt about that one. Fremont wins 17-6.
It's a great win as well. Thornhill wanted to make sure he could win these next 4 games and really get a good start off to the second half of their season. The first game where you beat them 6-2, you control everything defensively. This game, your offense was humming along. You keep Grand Island to 6. It was 10-6, and it looked like the Fightin Cranes were going to be able to get back into it, but you slammed the door with your bats, and you look primed and ready for a Salina team that you split the season series with. It's 2-2 between these two teams. It's going to be a fun 2-game series against Salina.
So after a fun series we just had here against the Fightin Cranes in Fremont at Moeller Field, Fremont closes the door with a 17-6 dominating win. Thanks to an early start from the Moo Bats. Got off to an early 2-0 lead with 4 hits in the first inning alone. Then they'd add on 5 more in the bottom of the third. Grand Island would score one of their own in the fourth, and that was 7-1 ball game. Then Grand Island would score, or Fremont, I'm sorry, would score 3 more. 10-1 ball game. Grand Island would score 5 consecutive runs to bring it 10-6. But since then, Fremont would score 2 and then 5 to end it. Capitalized by that Braden Mitchell grand slam to finish the night. Fremont wins 17-6. Wyatt Throckmorton will get the win for the Moo. And they'll win 17-6 from Prescott, Deckinger, and Baylor Dajan. We thank you so much for tuning in this fantastic ball game. We hope you join us again tomorrow night against Salina at 5:05. So long and good night, Fremont.